How's it going, folks? Real Madrid identify a new candidate to replace Carlo Ancelotti. Chelsea continue their search for their next coach, and Messi has made a final decision on his future. Ready for the latest football news? Then, as usual, we'd like to ask you to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let's get the show on the pitch. Thomas Tuchel is unsure of Serge Gnabry's future at Bayern Munich. The club could sell the winger in the summer. Fulham striker Alexander Mitrovic has been banned for 8 matches by the Football Association after he pushed the referee during the FA Cup tie between the Cottagers and Manchester United. Borussia Dortmund's talks with Marco Reus regarding a new contract are ongoing. The current deal of the Hornets' captain expires this summer. Switzerland will host the 2025 Women's European Championship, according to UEFA. PSG no longer won the trio of Neymar, Messi and Mbappe, RMC Sport claims. Davide Ancelotti, the son and one of the assistants of Real Madrid manager Carlo Ancelotti, can start a solo career and take over at FC Basel, Marca notes. Manchester United left-back Luke Shaw has spent a new 4-year contract until 2024. Eintracht Frankfurt midfielder Djibril Sow intends to leave the club in the summer, Sky Germany writes. Espanyol have appointed a new head coach to replace the sacked Diego Martinez. The club legend Luis Garcia Fernandez has taken charge of the white and blue team. Juventus are monitoring the situation regarding the contract of Inter Milan defender Alessandro Bastoni, Tuttosport informs. Real Madrid will accept an offer of more than 40 million euros for Ferland Mendy. The club believes Alba, Fran Garcia, Camavinga and Nacho can cover the position. Bayern Munich are unbeaten in their 18 home games in all competitions so far this season. Napoli striker Victor Osimhen is confident that he will recover in time to face AC Milan in the first leg of Champions League quarter-final, La Gazzetta dello Sport informs. No team has committed more errors leading to an opposition goal than Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League this season. Barcelona need to sell their footballers this summer to level their finances. Though, according to Diario Sport, Ronald Araujo, Pedri and Frenkie de Jong remain untouchable. Liverpool midfielder Naby Keita is likely to leave the club in the summer, with his contract expiring at the end of the season. AS Roma want to renew Paulo Dybala's contract. The Giallorossi are open to increase the Argentinian salary from 4.5 million euros per year to 6 million net, Di Marzio notifies. In 2023, no other Bundesliga player was directly involved in as many competitive goals as Frankfurt's forward Randal Kolo Muani, who has 11 goals and 2 assists. Kvaratskhelia contract? His current contract was agreed just 1 year ago and it's still valid until 2027. You find an agreement and you have a contract for 5 years, not just one. No issues. Fabrizio Romano quoted Napoli president Aurelio De Laurentiis as saying, RB Leipzig are hoping to get rid of midfielder Ilaix Moriba in the summer, the club's sporting chief personnel executive Max Abril has claimed. The player spends the season on loan in Valencia. Roberto De Zerbi will turn down Chelsea's offer if he receives one, the Evening Standard reports. If Kylian Mbappe stays in 2023 in PSG, he will get 70 million euros extra. An even bigger bonus is provided if the Frenchman triggers the option to extend the agreement until 2025. Mats Hummels' future at Borussia Dortmund remains uncertain, despite negotiations during the international break. A final decision will be announced at the end of April. At the Camp Nou, Lionel Messi was never whistled and would never be whistled. The Catalan newspaper Sport reported the words of former Barcelona president Joan Gaspar. Manchester United have met with the representatives of Atlético Paranaense striker Vitor Roque, Globo Esporte claims. Samir Handanovic made his 450th appearance for Inter Milan. The Slovenian is only the second player after Walter Zenga to reach this milestone. No Premier League team has more points away from home since Unai Emery took charge than Aston Villa. Cristiano Ronaldo has scored 11 goals in his first 9 matches for Al Nassr. Fenerbahce are gonna sack head coach Jorge Jesus. Under his tutelage, the team keeps a second place in the Turkish league table. Alisson has now made 85 saves in the Premier League this season. It's the most he has done in a single campaign since joining Liverpool. Now let's have a look at the results of Tuesday's big games in European football. Moving on to the most intriguing news of the release. In the English Premier League, we saw a postponed matchweek 8 tie between Chelsea and Liverpool. Unfortunately, teams never found a way to score against each other, ending things up in a 0-0 draw. As for DFB Pokal, Bayern shockingly lost to Freiburg 1-2, making Thomas Tuchel's first defeat at the head of the Munich team. In the case of the Coppa Italia first leg, Juventus and Inter didn't find out the stronger side. Juan Cuadrado netted in the 83rd minute, and Romelu Lukaku managed to equalize with a late penalty in the 95th. The result was a 1-1 draw, and still the fiercest scenes took place after the final whistle. Lukaku was offended by racist chants from the stands and got sent off for a too expressive celebration. Then Cuadrado clashed with Samir Handanovic, for which both were also shown red cards by the referee. Lionel Messi is not gonna renew his contract with PSG. Talks between the player and the club have stalled, and relations are deteriorating, according to ESPN. Not only has the Argentinian received no assurances from the Parisians about his next sporting project, but he has also been frustrated by red and blue supporters booing him in the last few matches. Now Messi refuses to accept a pay cut. The PSG board in turn doubted Leo's ability to show his best performance in important Champions League matches. The club's bosses believe that Messi is fully invested only while performing for Argentina, thus it no longer makes sense to insist on a new contract. Barcelona have already entered the transfer soap opera, keeping in mind Lionel's intention to quit PSG, but being in no hurry to leave Europe. Blaugrana head coach Xavi is constantly calling the footballer and asking him to return to Camp Nou. At the same time, Messi received an official offer from Al Hilal, who are ready to pay the world champion 400 million euros per year. Leo hasn't yet responded them. Moreover, the PSG board may open talks with Zinedine Zidane and Julian Nagelsmann in case of the dismissal of the team's current head coach, Christophe Galtier, RMC Sport informs. If the latest rumors are to be believed, Galtier's future in Paris will be determined in the Parisians' next 2 fixtures against Nice and Lens in Ligue 1. However, even positive results will not guarantee the manager his place for next season. Therefore, search for possible successors for Galtier goes on, with some big names already emerging on the list, although the club's bosses are unanimous in their desire to appoint Zinedine Zidane, who admittedly rejected Paris down last summer. Julian Nagelsmann, recently released from Bayern Munich, is also under consideration. However, PSG's owners have doubts about the young German's ability to control a star-studded dressing room. Chelsea also wants to appoint a new head coach as soon as possible. The club has already made new contacts with Julian Nagelsmann following initial requests made 2 days ago. The ex-Bayern coach remains the favorite for the big role in Chelsea's long-term project, Fabrizio Romano claims. Interestingly enough, despite the German being 100% open to talks with the Chelsea board, he is still under contract with Bayern until June 2026 and is still receiving salary from them even after the official release. Therefore, if the pensioners decide to sign Nagelsmann, a compensation agreement is yet to be reached with Munich side. Besides, Chelsea owner Todd Boehly highly appreciates the former coach of Barcelona and Spain, Luis Enrique, who is also interested in the vacant position, and he wants to try himself in the English Premier League. As for other contenders, Chelsea haven't yet held direct talks with ex-Tottenham and PSG coach Mauricio Pochettino or sporting manager Ruben Amorim, despite ongoing rumors. Real Madrid are still thinking of parting ways with Carlo Ancelotti at the end of the season. Los Blancos are looking for a potential replacement for the Italian coach. According to Elite 10 Sport, the Merengues' priority target is Liverpool head coach Jurgen Klopp, who could leave the Reds after a disastrous season. However, Real Madrid are also monitoring other candidates, most notably former Tottenham and PSG coach Mauricio Pochettino, Bayer Leverkusen coach Xabi Alonso, and Real Madrid Castilla manager Raúl. Guys, we highly recommend that you check out our channel with 10-minute recaps of movies and series, a very convenient format to say the least. If you are a movie fan, be sure to click on the link in front of you. Thanks for watching this video till the end. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit.